Hey guys, it's Landon Cole here, and today I'm going to be talking about the 5 things I hate and the 5 things I love about the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. So let's get into it. So the first thing I hate is the gas mileage. So I know it says 15.8, and you guys might be thinking, oh, that's not that bad, 15.8 miles per gallon. Well, it's most of the time more like 14.5 to low 15s. Because of the 33-inch mud terrain tires that are on here. And while they look great and they're functional for when you're going off-roading, on the highway, they're not the greatest for your gas mileage. So 15.8 isn't terrible, but it's one of the things that I would consider about this vehicle to not be very good. So the second thing I don't like about the vehicle is the auto stop start. So if I go to drive and I stop, like let's say I'm at a stoplight, it'll usually cut the engine off. And then when I go to go forward, it has to turn on the engine. Well, that's kind of annoying because when I go to drive, I always have to wait for it to turn the engine back on. And it's pretty slow. And I know there's this fine little button right here that I could always just press, but it's pretty annoying. And then sometimes when you go to park, so like let's say I'm pulling into the garage and I go and I stop and drive, because you know you need to stop in the drive gear before you actually put it in park. I go to stop and it turns off the engine and turns it back on really quick, and that's just really annoying. And yeah, so auto stop start, I wish there was a way to just turn it off completely. So the next thing I don't like about this vehicle also happens to be in the interior, and it gives me perfect timing because I'm right here. So the first thing I don't like is how the driving position, as a taller person, I'm 6'3", I can't see stoplights very well. Like I have to crouch down, look up in there, and I can't really see what's above me, like stoplights, because this sits so high and the front windshield is so small. So if I'm looking out here, you just have this very narrow area of where to look. And so that's not bad when you're driving down the road or anything. I'm not looking for airplanes, but it's kind of annoying when you're at a stoplight and you have to scrouch all the way down, because if I sit up normally, my head, it would normally touch the roof. So the next thing I don't like is found up front, and it's these bad boys right here, here, and the side markers. So you may be asking yourself, well, what's so bad about the headlights? Well, first of all, they are not LED, and so for what the base price is on a Rubicon, they should be LED. And the markup, not the markup, but the add-on for to spec out with the HID running lights is an extra $1,000. And I know Jeep is like, well, people are gonna upgrade them anyway. Well, just go ahead and put them on there. They're an extra $1,000, raise the base price up on the Rubicon by $1,000, and problem solved. And they just look better, because when you have the daytime running lights, they always just look better. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is, well, I'll just show you real quick. Plastic. 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 Plastic, 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 plastic. Basically, plastic is everywhere. And for what this vehicle costs brand new, it doesn't have to be. Now, what would it be instead? So like the dashboard, they could have a red aluminum instead of a red plastic, and I'm sure the outside fenders could be painted to body match like they are on the upper tier levels models. But I still just think, for what you're paying, there shouldn't be this much plastic. So the next thing is wheel width, and it's kind of a bonus item because it's number 6 and I said I'd do 5, but oh well. So these wheels are nice. They're 17 by with 7.5 inch wide, and with 33-inch Falcon Wild Peak tires. But they're 7.5 inches wide. So a lot of people like to put 35-inch tires on their Jeep, and it's kind of an inconvenience to have to get new wheels tire, because a 12.5-inch tire doesn't really fit that well on a 7.5-inch wide wheel. So I did ask the dealership about this. I was like, so can you guys fit a 12.5 wide tire on it? And they're like, yeah, we can. We've done it before. And I was just like, okay, because if you go on any of the tire websites, they won't even let you spec out, like if you go to Discount Tire, they won't even let you put it on there. So you just have to buy the wheel and tire separately. All right, so on to the 5 things I love. So we're gonna go right back to where we were. I absolutely love these tires. After having Nitto mud grapplers, these tires are so much better on the road, whereas the Nittos had a little bit more aggressive styling, but I just really like how these drive on the street. They're a lot grippier than the Nittos were, I feel at least, and they're just all around great tires. They look great. A little bit 360 right there. So the next thing I really like about the Jeep Gladiator is the backup camera quality. So let's show you it in action. So Aiden, I know you said that put me on the vlog, but here you are. What's up, my man? Alright, so the next thing that I really love about this vehicle is the technology. So I feel like Mopar's always been on top with technology in the recent years, and so this can actually have a bigger screen, so it'll extend from here to here. There's a bigger option, and so it has full AM, FM, XM, have your media controls. You can plug in your phone, and you have Apple CarPlay. So you can do all the maps, all the different CarPlay activities. You can even zoom in the car. That's pretty important nowadays. Got Waze, Spotify, Apple Music, basically anything. Then there's climate. You can recirculate air, dual climate zones, sync these two at a perfect degree right now. Apps, audio settings. So you can change the equalizer, or the balance and fade. Then you have the equalizer, crank that bass up. Personally, just listen to it on that. Speed adjustment, volume. So this is really a really important feature that I'm glad they added, because when you're going down the road at a high rate of speed, so like let's say you're on the interstate doing speed limit 65, because we're all doing the speed limit, the soft top can get pretty loud. And so it automatically bumps up the volume based on how fast you're going. So that's a great feature in this here. And we can improve the sound quality at lower volumes. And then there's an aux volume offset. So if you were to have auxiliary, which is located below, you could do that. And so you got radio settings, Apple CarPlay, and select tire fill alert. So, yep. Great success. All right, so the next thing I love is the suspension. I know it's really dirty up in here, but Jeep put Fox shocks in the Rubicon, and I could not be more happier, because in previous Jeeps, the suspension kind of sucked, to be honest, unless you upgraded and you had full-on reservoirs. But with the longer wheelbase of the Gladiator and the Fox shocks, it rides pretty darn sweet. All right, so last of the 5 is the hood styling. So ignore how dirty it is. So there's these hood vents here, obviously non-functional, as you can kind of see. They kind of look functional. They did a good job trying to make them look functional, but they're in fact closed off. So I just really like the aggressiveness that it adds, having both these and also this raised area here. So like go down, it's kind of raised up, and I just think that's a really good looking feature. All right, and so the last thing, it's a bonus one again, is the black and red. So I've always loved black with red accents. You see it everywhere. The Jeep Gladiator. Then if we go around to the back, it has red outline, it has red tow hooks, red little Jeep on the wheels, on the suspension, over here on this side as well. Then we go into the interior, red across the dash, and then on all of the things there's just little accents of red, and I think it just looks really good. So thank you guys for watching. That was 5 things I hate and 5 things I love about the 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. Thank you.